Eduardo checking in. What's up, brother? What's up, Eduardo? He says, to this day, it blows my mind on the amount of hate Hurts gets. It makes zero sense to me. It is what it is. It is what it is. Thought. Glad to have Hurts as our QB1. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, brother. I'm certainly glad to have him as our quarterback. I think, a lot of people talk about the success of this team, and I don't want to take away credit from others because Howie's done a great job. Jeffrey Lurie has done an excellent job as an owner. All of the players outside of the quarterback who have put something in to getting us to where we are, they all deserve a lot of credit. And I have no interest in taking credit away from those people. That's not my point here. But when I think about Jalen Hurts and what he's brought to the team and the mentality and the mindset and all the intangibles that we just talked about a little bit, I don't think this team has the level of success they have with any other quarterback. I just don't. I hate the argument of, well, they got a good team. Jalen's being no, he's fucking not. There's not a team in the league where the quarterback gets carried unless you're talking about even like a Nick Foles situation. Like everybody knew they had to carry the quarterback. The fans knew. That was like the assumption. You had a backup in. It was different. Jalen is the perfect quarterback for our football team. And you take his intangibles, his skill set, you couple that with the roster that we have, with the way Howie works, with the way Jeffrey's been an owner of the team, and it's the perfect storm. It's created the perfect storm. And you know what? I'll even go a step further. Is it the perfect mindset to match with Nick Sirianni? I mean, look, Nick Sirianni's a little goofy. All right, we get that. All right, he's a little goofy. He's a little odd. He says some goofy things. He acts like a child sometimes. Sometimes he can't rein in his emotions. Sometimes he wants to fight with fans. Like, take that, though, and couple that with a different quarterback, it might not work. Couple that with the cool, calm, stoic, almost emotionless when you need him to be emotionless, Jalen Hurts. And it's the perfect tandem. It's the perfect, and you can see that's why the culture in Philadelphia looks so good right now, because Nick connects with the players in a way that most coaches can't, because he does have that empathy. He does have that, that element of depth to him that maybe some other coaches don't have. Like, you think Bill Belichick connected with players? No. And they knew that. He was a football coach. Nick connects with players. He teaches players. And then when you have Jalen to bring that cool, calm stoicism into the room and then add that to, with the success they've created, everybody buys in. Everybody's more bought in right now than I've ever remember a team being bought in. And I think a lot of that has to do with Jalen Hurts. I just do. I mean, he's got the mindset that he has. He's got the mentality that he has. He talks about the things, we all joke about it. Oh, the T-shirt slogans he speaks in. And, it'd be one thing if he spoke in those T-shirt slogans and didn't live it. Like when Jalen won the Super Bowl a couple months ago, I remember one of the shows that we did after, and I said this for a couple of weeks, but, a couple of the shows right after, and I said, Jalen, it's great that he won, and it's great that he got a ring, and it's great that he'll get more recognition now league-wide, but the biggest thing that Jalen proved to me, just my personal opinion, the biggest thing he proved to me was he is who he says he is. Okay? It's one thing to get on the podium. Oh, keep the main thing the main thing. Oh, I don't care about the stats. I just want to win the football game. And, I didn't walk through the fire just to smell the smoke. And all these different – anybody can say those fucking things. It's another thing to be a walking embodiment of who you say you are and who you present yourself to be. And he is that through and through, 100% without a shadow of a doubt. And that's my favorite part about him. That's my favorite part about him. Don't fucking lie to me. And Jalen doesn't lie. All right, Jalen is who he says he is. And that's a big thing, man. That's a big thing. So, listen, the other thing, Eduardo, just to go back to your super chat for a second, the amount of hate Hurts gets, well, there's a lot of things to that, I think. I think there's a lot of things to that are more than just football, too, by the way. I think people are, in a sense, they're jealous of the way he handles himself. I think he does a lot of things right. I think he does a lot of things differently than what people want him to do it. And because success has come from that, you attend. People have like a set parameter. Like, this is what I think success. I this is how I view the scouts, right? Like the scouts ranked them 9, and it's like the scouts believe a quarterback should look a certain way, should act a certain way, should play the game a certain way. And then you have Jalen who comes in, who they didn't rank that highly. He does it his way. He doesn't bend the knee to fucking anybody. He doesn't give a shit who says what about how he plays the game, how he handles the position, and how he carries himself. And then he has success. And then people immediately have to discredit that in some way. And that's where the hate, I think, comes from, because people hate to see somebody be successful in their own way as compared to the way they expected it or presumed it had to be done. And that's how I think Jalen Hurts gets viewed by a lot of people, And, I don't want to put a color on it. While I do, I'm certainly not stupid enough to deny some of the things that come with being a black quarterback or whatever. Again, I'm a white guy. I can't speak on that fully. So I don't want to discredit it or give too much credence to it, but just leaving that out of it for a second, I think the way he handles himself makes people uncomfortable. I do. I think it makes people uncomfortable because they have an expectation for how you do things. And when Jalen does it his way, unapologetically, and then has the success that he's had, people are like, what the fuck? How do I discredit this now? Oh, it's the team. Oh, is it? Is it the fucking team? The whole team, speaking of the team, every one of them now acts like the quarterback. They all have that, his mindset, and the way he carries himself has permeated itself through the entire organization. From the bottom player on the roster to the fucking owner himself. They all have been influenced by Jalen Hurts. People don't like that shit, dude. I'm telling you right now, people don't like that shit. I promise you. And I'm not going to compare myself to Jalen, but I've always been the kid growing up that was like the outsider. I know this. People hated me for being the outsider. Even right now, you're watching me on the screen. You're probably like, look at this idiot in the light blue hat backwards and the Kango hat. Yeah, I'm different than you, and that's okay. And again, I'm not trying to compare myself. I'm just saying, I think that exists in our world where there is a preconceived notion on how to do anything. And whenever somebody upsets that apple cart or says, fuck that, I'm not doing it that way, I'm doing it this way, and then they're successful at it, people don't like it. And then they have to discredit it because they have to bring you back to where they wanted you to be. And I honestly think that that's more of the reason he gets criticism than anything. I don't think it's about the arm talent. I don't think it's about, oh, he's not that good. I don't think it's, oh, he's not as good as Lamar or Josh or Patrick or Joe Burrow. I don't think it's any of that. I think Jalen makes people uncomfortable. I really do. I think he makes people fucking uncomfortable. And people don't want to be uncomfortable. People don't like being forced to crawl out of their own skin. All right? It makes them seethe. That's what Jalen brings to people. And I think that's where most of the hate comes from. Like, I don't give it. Like, I don't think it's all about the quarterback talent. What the fuck has he ever shown somebody that would say, oh, he's not that good of a quarterback? What? Because he doesn't throw the ball as much as somebody else? What does that mean? I watched Jameis Winston throw for 5,000 yards one year. What, like, even the smartest football guys wouldn't look at the passing yards and that thing and be like, oh, he's not that good. There's something else there. Like, come on, you got people, these scouts, these football minds, these GMs, whatever you want to put, these people are smart enough to know. They know. They don't want to admit it openly. They know that it ain't all about passing yards. They know that. They're not fucking stupid. Don't give them that much credit. They know exactly what the hell the deal is. But again, Jalen breaks their mold. How do I chop him down to bring him back to where I wanted him to be, or I told you he would be, or where we expected him to be? I love it, man. I want Jalen to continue, and I don't have any doubt that he will. But it's inspiring for someone like me. Be yourself, Jalen. Keep saying fuck you to everybody who says you can't do it your way. Keep having the success that you're having. Keep the mentality that you're having, the mindset, the approach, the intangibles, and everything that makes you you. Keep saying your T-shirt slogans if it pisses people off. And admittedly, it's been, before we had success, I was like, all right, is the T-shirt slogan like, what is it? Is it real? Is it not? And again, that's why I made that comment after we won the Super Bowl. He is who he says he is. And that's my favorite part about a person. I don't care if people are different than me. I actually like when I don't expect anybody to be like me. That's one of my favorite things about the earth that we live in. That's one of my favorite things about this chat room. Crawley's different than Abe, and Abe is different than Neil, and Neil is different than Sig, and James is different than Master Eagle, and Mike Fitter is different than Kevin Savard. And that's what makes the world go round, So I want him to continue to do that. And again, it's inspiring. I view it as inspiring, but not everybody will view it like that. And a lot of people will associate jealousy or associate whatever their preconceived notions are with that. And I think that they try and use that to pull away from who the player is. And I'm not going to do that. Kimberly Streetco. What's up, Kimberly? Appreciate it for being here. Appreciate your email yesterday as well, Kimberly. She says, I see the media view on Hurts is changing for the better. To some extent. I mean, how can you deny it? At some point, there are people out there who I think aren't too bothered by what I just explained. And they can look and say, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong. This kid gets the job done. What more do we want? What more do we really want from a quarterback? Like people have created this whole fucking roundabout thing about what a quarterback has to be. And it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Jalen, this is where Jalen, again, a young dude who seemingly has it more figured out than people who have been in the sport, in the game, in this industry for 40, 50 years. Keep the main thing the main thing. What is that? 5 words? Keep the main thing the main thing. 7 words. 7 words is all Jalen needs to take their entire framework, their entire point of view, and put it in a paper shredder. You got to look this way. You got to throw the ball this. You got to get passing stats. You got to keep the main thing the main thing. Let's just keep winning games. Let's do whatever we got to do to win games. Keep the main thing the main thing. That's it. That's all the guy does. Think about that. That's all that matters, man. And a lot of people are fucking way off on that, on what really matters when it comes to a quarterback. I'm not really worried about that, actually. I'm not really worried about the passing yards. I'm not really worried about being the type of leader you think I have to be. I'm not really worried about what the perception is, all right, in the media. I just want to keep I just want to win. That's it. That's all I want to do. However that looks, whatever I'm asked to do, whatever this team needs me to be as a quarterback, as a leader, that's it. That's all I want to do is keep the main thing, win games, and go home and work my ass off. I'm telling you, man, that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. That makes a lot of people uncomfortable, without a doubt. So we'll see, man. We will see how it all shakes out, but I feel very good about having Jalen Hurts as our quarterback. All right, I really do. I really do. And then I'll make a comment that might sound crazy to people, but I believe this. I don't know if there's a quarterback in the NFL right now that I would take for this team over Jalen Hurts. Now, I'm not sitting here and telling you that Jalen has the most inherent talent of them all or whatever. I don't think there's a quarterback that full package, thinking about everything they bring to the table. I don't know if there's a quarterback in football right now that would fit the Philadelphia Eagles better that I would prefer to have over who we have. Not Mahomes, not Joe, not Josh, not Lamar, and certainly not any of the other guys. Those are the only 4 you could even make a case on. But again, I think there's more to it than just what somebody can do or what somebody's talent is or skill set is. Take the entire body, the entire body of work, the entire package that is Jalen Hurts. The intangibles, the mindset, the mentality, who he is as a player, the skill set, what he can do. I don't know if there's another quarterback I would put on this team over him. And again, maybe I sound like an Eagle homer at this point, but this team with this coach, with this roster, with this city, I mean, think about it. This city as a sports city, let's just think about our city for a second. How many ups and downs we've had, how many times that we've been let down, or how much we get talked about as the way we are fans and the way we demand things out of players and all these different things. Think about the way they talk about us as fan base. Has Jalen Hurts quieted or at least shown us as fans how to view the game different? Like, I think he's even fucking perfect for our fans. Forget all the bullshit, everybody. Don't get caught up in that crap. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. It's like I think he's even given a lesson to the fans. Like, I love that. I love that. Look, I'm a Philly guy. I've been a Philly fan my whole life. I get it. I really do. But I think there's something to learn from him. So that's why I say I don't know if there's a quarterback I would take over Jalen. And I'm sure people are going to be like, "Oh, you're fucking idiots, and you're a homer. Jalen's not that good. He's on a great team." All right, cool. That's your opinion. You're fine. You're fine. You're entitled to have it. I would take Jalen for this specific team over everybody right now. No doubt. So good stuff there. All right, everybody. Great show this morning. We'll have a full 2-hour nightcap tonight. Birds 365, 6 to 8 p.m. Excuse me. It's been fun to be here with you guys this morning. We talked to Johnny Mack. For those just checking in, we did have Johnny Mack on for a little interview pre day number 9 for this team. And Vic Fangio is set to speak this morning at 9:40. So we'll have another great week of content. Again, if you're just checking in, Thursday night, preseason game number 1, Cincinnati Bengals. It starts at 7:30 p.m. All right, so we'll be watching that. And then what is after that? You have the joint practices next week. And then preseason game number 2, I want to say, is 2 Saturdays from now. So a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff happening in Eagle Land. All right. Appreciate everybody for being here this morning. Philly to Chicago, good stuff, brother. Appreciate you being here. You missed a good show this morning if you're just checking in. All right. If you're just checking in. So go back, listen to J-Mac. Go back, listen to my spiel. I've been rambling on about some shit, but I think all good shit overall. Jimbo, what's up, brother? Fly Eagles Fly. Good to see you. Mesmerized. Appreciate you, Sig Lord, Bird Gang Girl. Primo, what's up, Primo? All right. What's up, Primo? Twiz to Jacob. What up, Twiz? Dank Bird Gang, Deshay's in here, James Jones. Appreciate everybody, man. So thanks, everybody, for being here. Hit that like button on your way out. Plenty of content coming today. All right. We got 2 to 6, the National Football Show with Dan Cilio. All right. And then we have 6 to 8, Birds 365, a full recap of day number 9 of practice today for the Philadelphia Eagles. So keep it locked here on JAKIB Sports. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. A lot of our watchers are watchers, but not subscribers. So subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Share it with a friend. If you got somebody who's a Birds fan who would like our content, get them over here, man. Tell them to watch the content. I think they'll like it. I think they'll enjoy their time here. So appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you next time on JAKIB Sports. Thanks, everybody.
EAGLES, Eagle.